Let's move on. Marcus Sasser had a massive night for our Detroit Pistons last night. Ausar Thompson was out. They said, we've seen enough. We'll shut you down. They had Marcus Sasser play, which was notable to me, Cart, because I thought if pretty much any of the guys that they feel like, oh, these guys are on the roster and they're going to be in the rotation, you would just shut them down. I don't think they necessarily were ready to say that about Marcus Sasser yet, based on what they had seen from Summer League. Well, last night, Marcus Sasser goes superstar mode, showed some of what you have loved about his game at the college level. And I believe I'm pulling up the exact number here. He finished with 40 points, 5 assists, 0 turnovers, 5 for 9 from 3, 16 for 25 from the floor. What do you make of this?
31 of those points came in the second half too.
Mm-hmm.
And in a game that was close too, by the way. Like he was bringing this team back, keeping them close. It's actually great to see, because I can't remember what episode it was last week when we were talking about what players we were most disappointed with in Summer League. And of course, my answer was Marcus Sasser because of in all fairness, he was really, really struggling up into this game. Just didn't seem like he was in a rhythm, was making plays that you just normally don't see him make, as far as, mentally, what the plays he was making during the game. So it was really good to see. I truly think that Marcus Sasser is a point guard that should be in the rotation, like over a guy like Killian Hayes. Like, obviously with the roster the way it is now, we have Ivy or Cade, whoever going to have at point guard. We have Monte Morris, who we signed in the offseason, or Monte Morris, who we signed in the offseason. So he's obviously going to be in the rotation as well. But I think Marcus Sasser is that third point guard or on the team, or that guy who should get spot minutes over a guy like Killian Hayes. I think that he can, one, you don't have to pay him as much as Killian Hayes. I think he is really good defensively. You see what he can do offensively as well. I mean, he controlled that game from start to finish, scoring, creating for others, taking care of the ball. Really made no mistakes in that game. So it was really good to see. As you know, Marcus Sasser is one of my favorite players, in college basketball last year. And when he got drafted to the Pistons, I was extremely excited. So hopefully that game pushes one more Killian foot out the door. We are fielding all offers to any NBA members that maybe listen to this. We are willing to part ways with him. Just let us know. Hit our line.
I'm very thankful you're not our GM, because you just made Killian's value just so tanked. I mean, like, you got to drive up the value if you're trying to trade Killian so you get a return. You don't tell everyone you hate Killian and then immediately get rid of Killian. Look, it's good to see Sasser excel. I have been skeptical of him from what I've seen in Summer League, as you know. I loved him in college. I was really excited about the pick when they made the pick. I'm so bad.
Is the next thing you're going to say is who he had this against?
Yep. Because
here we go.
Here's the thing.
Who was the point guard for the Pacers that he did this against?
Oh, you'll know this. I'm surprised you don't already know this. Here's my problem. I get that I pick and choose when to use this. I pick and choose when to use the Summer League argument. Okay. But if Marcus Sasser could play 30 minutes with Eli Brooks guarding him for the rest of his life, he would score 40 points every single game. It just simply is what it is. Okay. Now we know he can do this. We know on a college team, he can go get you 30 any given night. I think he is most comfortable when he is the best player on the floor, Cart. I think that's a big element of this. I think when Marcus Sasser knows he's the alpha, he can shoot as much as he wants, and it's his job to go out and get 30 points. That is when Marcus Sasser's at his best. The problem is I don't think there's ever going to be a moment on an NBA bench in his career that he's going to be the best player on the floor. So he's going to have to figure out how to assimilate a little better. And look, he had moments of that, I think, with Ausar in the lineup this summer. Like, he's been really good defensively, in my opinion. Like, he had the critical steal in one of those games that ended up winning them the game. But as far as projecting, like, one, I think it's just a lot harder to do what he does. It's harder to get 40 points on 25 shots when you're going against an actual NBA defender and not Eli Brooks. And two, I just think it's messing with him mentally a little bit from what I saw this summer when he's trying to balance playing with Jaden Ivey or playing with Ausar Thompson versus playing with Jared Rhoden and Jack Nungy, and it's go get 40. We know he can do that. I don't know what that looks like off the bench in the NBA ever, though. We'll see. Like, can he be Jamal Crawford? Can that happen?
No. It in my head, and I just came up with this off the bench. Like, I think he could end up being like a Devontae Graham type player.
Okay. I don't hate that.
I like that comp for him, like as his role.
I don't hate that, but I'm already thinking ahead to the YouTube thumbnail, and the next Devontae Graham just doesn't do numbers for me.
That's just not going to pop up. We want it to.
I'm gonna need something a little spicier from you here.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like I want him on the team. I want him on the roster. I don't know that if this team is actually competitive, like I hope they could be. I don't know that I want him playing real minutes. That would be my line. Like early in the season, sure, let's see what we got. But like, if all goes well and they make the jump, I hope they can make, and maybe like in the final month of the season, they're trying to make the play in. I think the goal would be for Marcus Sasser to not be in the rotation.
Or Marcus Sasser, or counterpoint to that, Marcus Sasser's in the rotation. We get to like the middle of the year, right before the trade deadline, get some really good value for like a guy like Monte Morris to a playoff team that wants to add a point guard. Maybe flip him for somebody and like just insert Sasser into that backup PG role. I see a world where that happens.
Yeah, it gives you some luxury. You got a lot of guards now. I like in general the guard depth on this Pistons roster is healthier than it's ever been. And I'm also including Asar in that group, even if he might be the starting power forward on this team in a month. But
all that just to watch Alex Burke start.
Yeah, we got to change that. Shout out to Marcus Sasser, though. 40's 40. I think we said 50's 50 with Jackson Cole. 40's 40. I don't care that Eli Brooks is guarding you. 40's 40. That second half was special. So credit to you.